to the winter Welcome back to the non-winter spectacular. I'm John Bassel.
I'm Joe Evans.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z Garcia.
But
crowdsurfing is what we call it.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's where we are.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look. We
here.
take a look at the crowds funded stuff that they put out on the pages of the Backerkit and the Crowdox.
Is that still a thing?
Why not?
Now Crowdox was bought by Backerkit.
Indiegogo? Oh.
No, anyway. Yeah, we're taking a look at projects. Normally take a look at projects ending in the next week, but because
my hand's cold.
Next week we're taking a week off for Christmas, we're taking a look at projects in the next 2 weeks.
So it must be straightforward.
There's going to be some good ones.
I'm expecting to see at least 3, maybe 4 $1 million earners.
I'm guessing you
Can we pick 2
curated
this
the
week?
list
One
before
per
you sent
week.
it.
We're limited to 1.
This is not a time of year that people run a lot of Kickstarters.
So it's gonna mostly suck.
Yes.
We were being hyperbolic.
Yep.
I was hoping you just didn't send us the good ones.
Like I just made a mistake.
You're like, haha. No, you're like, haha, I'm going to get them on camera.
Yeah, these are the real
Make
ones.
them think it's a bad week and then be like,
psych.
and that's what happened, right?
Big
There's
keyboard,
actually
too.
There's bad ones. Oh, yeah, you got this huge keyboard.
Wingspan 2 is on Crowdsurfing, yeah.
Yes.
Anyhow, this episode is sponsored by Backerkit. So let's take a look at a project, or a late project there.
Ooh.
That's 2.
Today we'll look at Moonrakers and Darkmatter, or Moonrakers Double Feature. Now, this was a Backerkit that we talked about earlier project, and in fact, since we talked about it, it made another 200,000. I don't think anyone was expecting that. 614,000 from IV Studios. But you can go here right now, and you can click this late pledge button right here. So if you click this button, you can still get involved and late pledge on this right now. So Moonrollers is its own standalone dice game that's set in this universe here, the Moonrakers universe, but it also comes with a mini expansion which can be used for Moonrakers. And you can see they have these special aluminum dice. I'm always tempted for aluminum dice, metal tokens, or just extra dice. And then the sleeves, there's all kinds of things you can get here. You can even go back and get the Moonrakers game. The Titan, this is a big box that includes the regular game and the expansions. And then just a bunch of different add-ons here, especially these fantastic, unbelievably nice components you can get for a game that was already very, very nicely done. So don't forget, you can just go right there and click the late pledge and back it now on Backerkit. That's Moonrollers.
Let's start with my pick of the week here. No, I'm not being funny.
Oh.
You just start
Support the Dice Tower 2024.
Stop laughing. It's not a joke, Joey.
Stop it.
God.
I almost picked this
You're
one.
so rude.
Anyway, you can go to our website. You can find it at www.dicetowerkickstarter.com. And the reason I'm saying the W's is it doesn't work on my computer unless I do that.
Does
I
it
don't
not?
know why.
Prove it.
No.
Put
What does it take
everybody's
it to
pick
you?
of it. Throw them all in there.
My goodness.
All of it. It's everyone's pick of the week.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Wait, where's Chris?
Chris didn't pick it.
What did Chris pick?
Chris picks a different one.
Why is the background on mine different than all the others? I'm not seeing
You
that
know
until
why.
now.
Oh, sorry. That was loud.
That was rude is what it was.
I think Alex picked
Maybe
it.
don't pick
and
it.
I didn't.
Okay, well, anyhow, now that
I'll
you
pick
can't see
some
the project
words
anymore,
afterward.
this
Nice
isn't actually
job.
the project, but this is, you can go here to click to notify when you're launched. If you haven't figured it out from this picture here, the theme this year is space. Ooh. Also,
This is going to be a mess.
Black hole. Oh, there it is.
space. There's our big new picture. You can look at that for like a quick glimpse.
Yeah.
Nope, no zooming. I don't need screenshots. Done. All right. But check it out. All right.
Yes.
Here we go.
Let's
We're
start-
starting off heavy. Wow,
Thank
throwing
you.
Pins.
You're welcome. Let's give you
All
a
right,
back to you.
Dicey Roads, Explorers, Kingdoms, Railways. I feel like there's some waste being done here on these beautiful images.
There's some what, you said?
Waste.
Wait, well, this is a print and play game.
You
Yeah.
could print
You can
those
print.
images, I
So they
suppose.
make colored printers, and then you could have this.
Yeah, but why
image.
would you print that? You're not going to. If you go this far to make a whole box for the game and all that, that's a lot of
Hey,
of
Creed, look, I'm with
effort.
him on this one.
I just think those
Do
are
you
great
print
looking.
a cover for a
good.
print and play?
If you like it, yeah, why not?
What do you put it in a box?
No. He's asking
If
if
you
you
want
have
to.
ever done that.
Have I ever printed a game?
No, the cover, like for a box like
I've
that.
never been given the opportunity.
All right.
I feel like you're doing devil's advocate thing.
We're gonna
sure
give you
would
the
like to.
Joey has many opportunities for you to do this for you.
And I have hit print page 2 through whatever.
Right? I
Normally that's what you
agree.
do.
I do.
I'm just saying I like that artwork. That'd be a great cover for this. Unfortunately, the games themselves, they're like, look at this amazing theme. Gone. As soon as you
Yeah,
take a look
it
at
doesn't-
It's the same game 3 times,
really is.
right?
Yes.
Confused that they talk about like 3 separate ones, but then all the rules are the same in the same explanation. So it's like I don't understand the difference between them.
I think there's some
I agree.
differences. These actually look very similar to the,
It looks like Railroad Ink.
yes, that's what I was
Yes,
going to say, the
very
one
much
that's the
so.
blue and the green and the yellow.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's fine. Again, it's a print and play. It's
$9.
Oh, you know what you could use with those though? Those little that you use the small games, the little photo boxes, and then print that on printable vinyl, so it's a sticker for the top of the box.
Mike DeLisio said Joey can't focus. He's already dreaming of printing, then not playing these games. Now you're confused, Mike. He doesn't get to that step. There's a buy, then print, then play. He only gets
This
to
is
the
true.
buy step.
I am
He doesn't even
1/3 of the
print
way
them.
there.
Let's be
So
honest.
that's 4.
How many times have you backed one of these print and plays? I've done one.
More than one.
I know, but
You think you've done 10?
Yeah, I already backed this one, by the way.
Did you really?
I did.
Man, if you ever want his money, I'm just going to make some fake print and play. He'll never
It's
know.
really bad. That's the problem. I actually emailed one guy. I'm like, I need this. He goes, it was like 3 years ago, man. He's like, I don't have the files anymore. So anyway.
Wow, really?
really?
You're
Yeah,
that
pretty
person.
much.
You're that person that emails
No,
me.
it's kind of weird to me that the
It's
guy
like-
would keep the files for a game he designed.
I don't know. Huh. That's right. So it must have been a winner.
Okay, it could have been a different computer, and he's like, whatever. It's
A different computer.
Ah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
grant for
didn't
that
keep the
stuff.
file,
This
like
is
didn't use the
Dicey
cloud.
Roads. With some
Yes.
very generic names, unfortunately.
Right.
Now let's jump to Fried Potatoes original card game. Fried
Original.
Potatoes is the new fast card game for everyone who likes fried potatoes and who doesn't like fried potatoes.
Okay, best part is he says, we like them here in the Netherlands. He goes, French fries, of course the French like them. He goes, and of course Americans love them. I'm like,
So what is a fried potato? Is it like a hash brown?
I think like French fries.
Or is it
right?
like chips? Because that's a fried
Does
potato.
it show it here in the picture? Does he show any in this
No.
video?
Well,
No.
No,
the
I waited for
artwork-
that
Is that
moment.
olives?
Yes.
Yes, right? That's why I like it. A bowl of olives at my table. Look.
Well, here's the thing.
You
It's
know
very
it's really
subtle. The next game coming from him, guess what it's about?
Stuffed olives?
Yeah.
Is it a print and play?
I'm kidding.
Oh my
I'm
God.
just making it up.
You got, I think these are French fries.
I think they're French
That looks
fries.
like
They're
French
French
fries.
fries.
Yes. Angry.
Yeah.
But then
French
the
fry.
others just look.
Okay, well, if
I
that's
don't
the
know, I don't
case,
understand.
the answer to does anyone not like French fries? The answer to that would be 0. Everyone loves French
I
fries,
agree.
except
Yeah.
for the 3 people who are about to type it in chat. Not me.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course.
This looks like trash.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you like the art?
No.
Do you like that weird
No.
No.
vector? Like that? That's Conan O'Fry.
Conan
Okay,
O'Brien.
that was well done.
That is what it is.
Yep.
I bet they have name. Oh, yeah.
No, this looks awful. I mean, the game looks terrible. The artwork, the thing is. I picked a game. I picked French
Oh,
fries
the
because
quotes.
It's like
people like fries, and then it's like a quote from his brother, then
Yes.
a quote from his
Yeah.
other brother.
And him, right?
him,
And
yeah,
him.
yeah.
That's great. I'm like,
Yes.
Wild! It
it's-
looks so bad.
It's pretty much a trick-taking game, but then after it's laid out, you can play a card to change the suit or the specification to win the trick, right? Isn't that what the gameplay is?
Why not?
Which sounds like to me. No, I'm actually asking. Okay.
I have no idea. I just saw these action cards, a bunch of dumb action cards.
Okay, so it looks like, yeah, it's a trick-taking game. Like, you
Yeah.
follow in suit and the highest wins, but then it's also a card that would change, hey, in this one, they're all, and there's some flavor behind it. Something happened and they overcooked the potatoes, so now the colors don't matter. It's just highest number, which sounds like, I'm going to be honest, every freaking trick-taking game that we've seen in the last year. This is like trick-taking number 973 that we've seen in the last 4 months. So,
That might be
I
the
don't know.
biggest insult to trick-taking games I've heard in a while. Because this, if anything, Uno looks at this and feels insulted.
Wow.
I don't
Okay.
know. I thought there was
man.
actually not unique. I thought there was gameplay behind it. Just again, not unique because trick taking is so bloated right now.
What does that marionette have to do with the fried potato theme?
Oh, there's marionettes in there?
It looks like it's from a horror game. Did it pop in by accident?
Oh, that marionette's got a baby, though.
Yeah.
It's
I want to know
impressive.
more about the marionette baby.
I do
Marionette's
too.
Baby.
That's
That's
the
a
theme
new
I
board
want.
game I'll
How
be
do you
designing.
move that baby?
All right. Agronomy. Or is it Agronomy?
Agronomy.
Agronomy.
Do you remember back in the... You probably don't remember, but there was this really popular, I think it was just called the Farm Game or something. It was sold everywhere for a while. About farming. It was like in mass
Was it in
market
the
stores. No, it was in rural areas of like in Pennsylvania, a place like that. You go to, and it was always sold in the store. And
I've
I always
never seen
assumed it was
that.
a pretty bad game. But it kind of, I don't know, this game just made me think of it because this is one of those games where it's hard to get people excited when you say, hey, we're going to play Agronomy.
I think that's it for me. It was just kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, pick your crop. Oh, like,
They also were doing this interesting thing between like, play a big group, it'll be fun, it'll be silly. Also, it'll be educational, and it's about, about the land and being self-sufficient. And I'm like, it doesn't seem like an educational game. There's really not
No.
that much, there's not that content in there. So why even mention that? Why make that push?
Right.
Seems a little weird. Are you trying to go for like the farmer crowd? Because that's a very small market of like big board gaming farmers.
That being said, it is a deck building game, so I'm a little interested in that. I would probably play this.
it's a deck building game with a variable market because you have your hand of cards that you build up and then you reveal them, and depending on how much of each is out, it's what sets the market on that
Right.
crop and things like that. So it did some interesting things. And I don't mind it so much being educational or being, bringing light to some of farming and crops and industries. I don't mind that. It just, this didn't grab me in that.
I don't think it grabbed many. I mean, what's it funding at? No.
Yeah. So I'm not opposed to it. I think it's doing some neat things. It just doesn't quite have that like oomph. And maybe it's the page design.
Sure.
I'm also
But there
not
just wasn't
backing
behind
any
it.
game whose the rules are version 0.2.
Oh, they haven't hit one yet.
No.
But again, it's
Like, they're not even
okay.
0.95.
No, but again-
It's 0.2. That means they haven't made the game yet. 0.2?
Which is what Kickstarter was designed for. Little indie companies trying to, hey, I have this.
No, it's-
It has evolved past that. I agree. To now you pretty much have to have a game to go to Kickstarter. But what it was for is little indie companies. I have this idea. I have it. This is them saying, we haven't ironed out everything. It's still in development.
I want to be halfway.
No, I disagree with that. I think, yes, Kickstarter was for indie publishers, but you should have your rules done. I'm
I
not
don't think so.
backing
We
you
see
on an
have plenty
idea.
of them that they're.
At least halfway done.
I mean, no, I disagree. I think
These are
that's a lot of
0.2.
what Kickstarter was for. Is for this to
Kickstarter has always been
Flush
for
it
the
out?
website Kickstarter to make money. I mean, like,
that
we
doesn't
should
mean that it's
pretend
been. That doesn't mean that it hasn't been.
that it was this altruistic thing.
That it's been play tested. I mean, maybe what they're saying is, hey, we think we have it there, but we're just not saying this is version 1 because to them, version 1 is like the final version that they'll print with the game, and they're not comfortable where it is with play testing or a larger market, something like that.
I hope that's what they mean, because otherwise
That's how I took it.
that means that the game isn't even close to being done, and that means the game I back might not be the game I get, which I would have a problem with that.
Which happens quite
That's
a
true.
bit, to be fair.
Yeah.
It
Well,
just happened.
and every time it happens, I dislike it.
That happens a lot.
That player count of 4 to 9, I mentioned that. That was odd, too.
Yeah, it's like a big party atmosphere, but
Yeah,
in
but
a
it
deck
doesn't look
building.
like... Looks like a Dominion-style game. But
I will say I like this idea of everyone having in a deck building game revealing everyone's hands being revealed at the same time and
Right.
setting the market and setting whatever based on that. I haven't seen that in any other deck building game.
No.
It's a cool idea. I like
Yeah.
that idea. Just
Okay,
past
these rules
that,
look
there's
pretty
not
good,
a whole
actually.
lot past that.
The rules look fine. Someone said in their version numbers aren't decimals, it just means it's their 20th pre-release draft. Okay, well then I take back my complaint on that.
Yes, I won.
Yes.
No, I still disagree with you saying that Kickstarter's for half-released ideas. I disagree with that. I don't want half-released games.
You want games directly to retail, or this be a pre-order site?
No, I don't need them to have everything for the game done, except I think the rules should be like 95% done when you put a game on Kickstarter. I really do. It's not for me to back your hopefully ideas, because there's like a billion people with ideas. I want to I don't know.
Oh, here's an idea. What's the next one?
All right, we're going to playing cards. Edge of Chaos.
This is a journey.
Chaos.
So now
like
that
that
you're in
song
these
better
things,
than
I can
cards.
ask you about these and be like, would you use these?
Wait, you're
in
into
a
cards
trick?
now
I
too?
would not.
No, well, he's a magician. He uses
I have a big-
cards.
Oh,
I have a
he uses
big
cards.
collection of cards.
He's into them.
This is the journey going through this. I'm like, wow. First of all, I like the embossed, the special edition deck with like the little jewel.
The
or
gem
whatever.
thing, the cheapo
You
gem.
like that?
Until
Awful
hey,
looking.
You
I
like
weird stuff.
rhinestones, huh?
I just,
I know what I'm going to use for
First
Christmas.
of all,
I know what you're going to get for Christmas.
I think they're really nice. Would I use them for, shows or anything? No, but
Well,
people
for
see.
shows, for magic shows, you want a pretty standard deck.
do.
You don't want
Otherwise-
people to think these are tricky cards.
That's the thing.
You want them to think,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen these cards.
Right. They're like, oh, these look like ones I have at home.
Yes, that's
Yes,
what you want.
that's what you want.
don't want to mess around with that stuff.
But collection, I don't know, like $28 for like the nice ones.
Which ones are the
bad.
nice ones, Joey?
The ones with the rhinestones.
Did you like the black deck or the white deck?
They're the red ones too, right?
Well, the black and red is a lot of red.
I like white, but I like the borders on them.
Yeah, I don't like black
Yeah.
borders on cards.
No,
I have
neither.
a few decks that have black borders, but I'm not a fan.
No, I like the
I will
white
say I like the
borders.
broken up pips. That's a nice touch.
Yes.
Go down, Tom.
What do you mean by that?
Right there.
Ooh, I
The
do like
pips
that
on the
too.
black cards have detailing inside of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
The hearts and those are, see?
yeah.
They have stuff through
I just don't
them.
find the black ones very legible. I don't know why. It just,
Yeah,
I
and
kind of
black
gloss
decks
over.
are just not very, I don't really like
I don't
them.
know what it
Yeah.
is. I used to think I would like it, but no, I like the white.
These are not bad.
I don't like them.
They're
The-
okay. You know what I mean?
The
I don't-
artwork on the dragons and stuff look good.
I also don't. Yeah, I think the artwork is fine, but I don't like either. You can't see the numbers and the suits. Very. I don't know. My eyes gloss over when I look at these. It's very like, ugh, and I just don't process them. Maybe it's they're too busy. I don't know, but I was not a fan.
I gotta they show the process. It's nice. I like the artwork on them. What's the Ace of Spades look like? I didn't see that one.
All the aces
Sorry.
look the same, actually.
they?
They were, they showed it at one
They're up
point.
here. There's the ace.
They look like that.
Oh, okay, so there's no
Don't really
special
like
spades.
those. They just look like more court card.
Yeah.
Aren't
Okay.
they? What are ace? I don't know.
You know what? Maybe,
Stop before you. Okay, play Maxim. Maxim Premium Board Game Table. So there's another board game table. This one's doing
Is that
only 8 backers,
grass?
unfortunately. I can't make fun of this because we just got that dexterity game that has the same kind of material. That fake,
Turf.
the faux grass.
Or like
yeah,
really.
turf.
Is AstroTurf.
That's what I want to play on. The yard.
This looks interesting. I like their,
I like the legs.
the legs. Yeah, the metal
the
armature
solid legs?
Yeah, I like that you can choose which one if you want that or you want wood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
You know what's
Lorcana?
cool?
I like
Oh,
I know.
snap!
It's modern.
What's interesting, the one thing that caught my eye, I'm like, okay, it's a good looking table. It's nice. It has a wide edge for resting your arms, which I'm actually, I don't know. I'm of two minds when it comes to that. I don't like them to be too thin. That does hurt.
Right.
I also, some tables have a tremendously wide edge, and it's a little much.
It is, yeah.
One thing I thought was interesting was apparently the LED, these guys have that LED strip, which I'm
Right.
way over. I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah.
nobody uses that. Well, apparently, this uses a new style that you no longer can see. You can't see the individual LEDs on the thing.
It's a solid
The whole
light.
strip kind of like lights
Oh.
up. And I wonder what that looks like. I wonder if that would be better. The only ones I've seen in the past, you can see the LEDs.
But I mean, I think the problem with the lights is if you're on, when you're looking at the table, the ones from the other side are like right in your face. So it's not just setting the ambiance like on the table, it's blinding you at the same time.
I agree. And I don't know why no one's yet made them
face
that
down.
they that they're sort of under and cast
Yeah.
light on the table.
Right, they should have
Not
some
at
sort of
me.
top,
Oh, yeah.
so it doesn't.
So it's less
yeah.
distracting that way.
Absolutely, yeah. And they again,
sure.
they kind of glow up the table.
But it is cool that they have the different options here. You can do it with no lip. You can do it with the lip for the attachments,
Yeah.
or the lip for the attachments, card holder, and LEDs. So
Yeah.
they have a couple different versions here. Shipping is super expensive.
Yeah,
though.
I did notice that.
Super expensive.
But this is in Germany, right?
Yeah, I think it's also not shipping to the U.S. But
Sure, that makes
I mean
sense.
that's makes sense.
I didn't know this game was called Flippermania in Germany.
Are we still on the table?
Kind of like that.
Yeah, I zoomed in. I was very curious.
Oh,
They
Ooh, I
sell
like
chairs
those
too, special chairs.
I don't know if I like. Oh, I like that bench. Oh, I love benches. Love benches.
Really?
I do.
They're very uncomfortable to sit on, I think.
I love them.
Does that one bench have storage? Ah,
Okay, now that I
So
like.
good.
yeah, I like that. I want storage.
Oh, that's funny.
everywhere.
Cool, yeah,
I don't
the
like
bench
that.
and there's- yeah.
No, because then you can't put your feet under. Oh, that's funny. I don't like that.
Well, there could be maybe. They could tuck back and still let you put your feet and have storage. You could do both.
You think so? Is it possible?
No, I'm wrong.
Or just put your feet on the
How do I know?
ground like a
Oh,
normal
what do you
human.
know?
I know you like the game Omen. You've got to say something good about this project.
I do like Omen, yeah. I like that the first 6 times also, to be fair. They do keep making small box games. Does put this out a lot.
I think, though, this is him getting the rights back. So he
I think
made
so.
it, then he made it again.
Then he
Then
made it with Colossal.
Colossal bought his company, he made it. Then he bought his company back from Colossal,
And he made it.
and he made it again. This is the best looking one so far,
They all
I think.
look the same.
This one's definitely brighter than previous ones.
Okay.
No, that looks a little better, don't
They
you
all
think?
look the same. They have the same artwork. They have the same card frame. They all look the same. You're right. Maybe like a specific printing of it might have been a little darker, but to be fair, yes, I like Omen. I think it's a good game. It's a good 2-player game. He's very good, this designer, whose company it also is very good at making small games that pack a lot of stuff. He's not a streamlined designer, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His games have a lot of steps, have a lot of stuff in there. If you like that, you should check this out. If you like trading card game kind of games, you should check this out.
He is also, I don't know if you guys, he did this, the Q&A down here. Did you see his, not Risk and Challenges, he has a Q&A somewhere on here. That he was very blunt about stuff, which I think that's fine. I'm not.
What kind of stuff?
He's
Yeah.
blunt on why not to back this. I enjoyed that because it wasn't like a joke why not to back this. If you don't like fun games or whatever. He does below it, I think, it's why you shouldn't back it. And he's honest.
You're right. What does he say? Why you should not?
Oh,
If
fantastic.
you don't like text-heavy card games, if you
Yeah.
don't like head-to-head
Okay.
2-player games,
Okay.
you buy another version of Omen and you don't want more Omen. Almost no company has ever said that.
Yeah, that's like, I was like, wow.
I'm sorry. I love his last one.
I know, his last one was the one that was kind of tongue in cheek. I was like, first 3, yeah, very pointed. He had an axe to grind in the last one, but the first 3 were
Thanks
No,
a
really.
lot.
it's good. Yeah.
Where was it? He says it up here. I wanted to.
That's fantastic.
Oh yes. Checking the FAQ. The FAQs that, like this one. Should I read all these FAQs? Yes. But like
Can
this,
I use
is
that
it
on ours?
is it compatible with the old Omen? And he says no, they're not. And I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Right,
That's
right,
actually
right.
that would be the first thing I would want to know.
Sure.
I wish more Kickstarters in general utilize the FAQ like this, because the number of times you're
Right.
like scrolling on a project and you're like, I don't know. How do I know?
Search the comments, yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. So many
International
don't.
shipping is expensive. Yes, it's expensive. It sucks. But yeah,
Who is this
I want to
guy?
put that.
This guy's filter is gone, by the way.
I am a
I want to put that
fan.
on every project, though. People are like, "What's so expensive?" Well, it's not like we are the ones.
Right.
When we run a
delivering it.
I can do
Kickstarter, we're
that.
not picking the shipping prices.
Yeah.
I will write our FAQ, Tom. I got you. Don't worry.
I'll read it first. All right. AdapTableTop.
Man, I backed a level up, which is I know different than this, and I'd probably never used it.
Is it a
How?
print and play though?
No,
thing?
that was actually I really bought
We
it.
mocked that level up so much on our show. I still think it's ridiculous.
Wait, is that the one that? Oh,
Table on a table.
Yeah, you got that? Do you have it?
I did.
Have
you bring it?
I did.
you
What
want
happened to it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
I let a friend borrow it. I'll get it back. I'd never use it at all.
What are you going to use it for?
What do you use it for?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Skits.
Nah.
No, but okay.
It's
Maybe if I see it, I'll go, this actually makes sense.
you won't.
I
said it.
would use it like right
like-
here, because if we're playing a game here, I don't want to be playing like this. I'd want a little bit taller that I can actually sit. So if it's a
I
coffee
agree, but
table and
that's
pull
not
something
their-
else,
but that's
no,
not their
it's not.
selling
No,
point.
no, right. That's what I'm saying. I think there's like, they do show it in here.
But this one goes
at some
multi-level.
point.
You can make like that Star Trek chess stuff. Do you see that? They're like,
Yeah, the multiple levels.
I think using the multi-level thing, and then for a miniatures game, that's great.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm worried about the seams on this. I don't love the way they come together. And again, maybe it's not a problem, but I know how much just a normal seam on a table sometimes catches cards and tokens and whatever. Even just
Right.
the seam on a board will do that.
I also feel at this point, have we not seen so many? I mean, you talk about the level up, we talk about this one, we talk about the STL one we saw. At
Yes.
some point, it's like, okay, these are prevalent enough that we need to start seeing them at conventions to show me how it sets itself apart.
Right.
At what point is it like, we're kind of done with this platform and it's time to bring it more into seeing it at a con where you can touch it, you can see how the themes are different. How does this set itself apart? Why do you need this one instead of one of the others? It's a common enough idea. It's not a fresh enough idea, I guess what I'm trying. It's not fresh enough for
These
this
people are
platform.
playing the game on the floor. These people are putting one on top of another one.
Oh, I do like the floor option, especially if you're on like carpet.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd want the legs on a bed. I'd probably just want
Oof,
just
that's
the.
gonna fall.
You should bring that in, though, Joey. Seriously, I want to see it. I want to see what it looks like. I do.
The one thing it has,
Tom like really crapped all over it, and I was like, yeah, but I wasn't like out and out like, oh, a table on a table. I hate it so much.
it's more
I
solid than
gotta
I
see
thought
it.
it would be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll bring it in.
Bring it in.
Is it flimsy at all? Like
No, it's more solid than I thought. The one thing is this, you can put the legs wherever. This had specific places for the legs,
Right.
which makes it where if you make a weird kind of shape, it would not be
This
level.
one does or yours does?
Mine had specific
Okay,
places.
got it. Whereas this
one's
one-
anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, which I kind of like that.
I thought, yeah, because if it's a round table, you can specifically put on
Yes,
somewhere
yeah.
that, you should beat up your friend and bring it back.
He doesn't use
All
it
right,
either.
Party Panda Pirates. So
Buddy.
this company here, Detestable Games. So if we look at the other games that they have made in the past,
Kiwi
the
Chowdown.
Dodo Dash,
Oh, yeah.
Kiwi Chowdown.
War for Chicken Island.
It seems to me like
What?
yeah, yes. It seems to me like their thing is, hey, let's take a video game and make it into a board game because Dodo's Riding Dinos is straight up Mario Kart. Straight up.
Yeah.
So this one is
really?
Mario, and this is
Okay.
Mario Party.
this is
makes
straight
sense.
up Mario Party.
Yep.
Got it.
And you can
is
watch-
Nintendo aware of this?
Well, I mean, again, it's not.
Just kidding.
But you can watch. They played this live on the channel last
right.
week in the
Yep.
Winter Spectacular.
We did.
That's
We
right.
did.
And if you like these, I'm saying this, I didn't play it, I'm just watching, but dumb little games, you know, we play dumb little games and then first person to do something, you'll like it. And if you don't, you won't. I don't see any other way around it. I mean,
Yes.
does that make sense? If you
Yep.
like throwing cards in a
The
box.
mini game
I
just
think-
silly.
Yeah, if you watch the playthrough, you'll know if this game is for you or not.
Right.
There's not a whole lot to
100%.
it, but it is what it is.
Yep.
You know, and for me, I think that was part of its charm. I did think that we had, 6 mini games, I think, but they're saying in the campaign here there's like 40 of them. And I think even in the 6 that we saw, there was quite a bit of variety. Some were dexterity, some were, well, I'd say random skill, but Joey's really good at it, throwing the card in the box.
No,
but,
that's
um,
dexterity.
but then, you know, yeah.
have to learn that?
High point of my life, by the way. It's
But then there was one that,
Your
you know,
wife will
was
appreciate
the
that.
a little bit of the kind of more logic, you know, where you're trying to move around and cut
Yes.
each other off on the board. So I think there was some good variety in the game as well, which was,
I will tell you the reality of certain ones, like picking up a stack of dice with just your pinkies was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
They could have been just 2 dice, and I don't think I could have done
well,
it.
they did
was
say,
bad.
well, 2 things. We were supposed to start on the board, not on the table, so it's not, we were taking them a lot further than we had to.
Okay, that makes
and
more
2, they're
sense.
looking at maybe taking it down to 3 dice instead of 4. They're, you know, whatever. So we also did
Gross.
that one wrong. But
Let's
yeah.
say throwing cards. Every magician's conference ends with just like you just pelting and getting paper cuts, and it's just like it's really fun to throw cards really hard.
Is he being serious?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
We don't have a lot. We have a lot of free time.
Hey, tell me about that trick. I can't. Tell me about your trick. I can't. Okay, conference over.
Let's throw cards at each other. Yeah.
All right.
Just bad.
The Battle of Versailles. Now, this is a reprint because
That's
the
what I was
game was
thinking.
released at Essen at least. And you played it? Someone played it. You did,
I
right?
think like
played it, yeah.
everybody's played it.
Was
haven't
this in
we?
your top 10 of the year or something?
Surprises, maybe?
Yeah.
What's it similar to?
It's kind of like one of those card-driven war games.
That's what I heard. It's basically a war game, but
Yeah.
But
in-
with this
but like
theme
fashion
instead.
type
It's a
thing?
Yeah.
2-player card-driven war game with this theme instead.
Huh.
Yeah, it even has kind of that iconography a little bit of those kinds of games. There's a push and pull. You have a few different ways in which you win. Bring up specific symbols on dresses and you win. Get celebrities showing up on, you know, kind of this seesaw thing, and you win that way. The 2 sides are really asymmetric. Like one side plays twice as many cards as the other side. Because historically, that one side of this fashion show took twice as much time. So they've put all this theme into it with people who were there, with thematic
Really?
things that happened, what have you. So yeah, it's cool. It's very thematic. It's neat. But it's also, I mean, it's a smackdown, drag-out fight. You don't want to play this if you don't like confrontation. Like,
Really?
cards will be played against you where it's like, boom, get rid of that dress. Oh, this person's out of there. Like, it's very comfortable. It's like a war game. Like, it's mean.
Yeah.
When you're not looking, I'm cutting holes in your clothing.
I know. I'm like, wow. I wouldn't think this is.
But it's interesting because like the two sides are asymmetric. The way you play, like you said, they have different paces and cadences that they play at, but they also have different win conditions. And so you really are balancing your desire to win and come out on top of this fashion show, the Battle of Versailles, versus get a little one-up or check your opponent at the same time.
Yes, yeah.
And so there's a lot of different, again, cadences, I guess, going on and things at play here. Either of you win by getting the celebrities, but the French, they want to get all these accolades. And the Americans don't so much care about that. They want to have the most innovative clothing, and so have the different patterns. And so it was really interesting.
I hope someone in the world has bought this game for themselves or for someone else based on the name alone and didn't see the cover. Because I'd love a heavy wargamer to get it Battle of Versailles as a gift.
I think they just said, take it to a hardcore wargaming convention and see if they let you play it. That'd be amazing.
So these guys did take a seat. I saw that up there.
Yeah, same company, yeah.
Oh.
You played that.
Yeah, I like that one.
yeah.
That was a good one.
1793, Patriots and Traitors. So this is in France.
Versailles.
Yeah. This is the French Revolution, year 2 or 11. I'm going to go with 2. For some reason, I thought the revolution happened in 89, but maybe I must just not be remembering correctly.
Words.
Anyway, there's a lot. You're right. There's a lot of words on this one. I'm interested in it, but I'm not thrilled with the amount of text on these cards.
No. More
And
words.
some of them, like,
Well, it's funny seeing this project right after the last one.
Yeah.
There are some similarities here.
Really?
Well, I'm looking at it and I'm going like, oh, these characters,
Yeah.
like some of the things in this one kind of remind me of that one. Obviously, this is a bigger game. There's more to it,
Huh.
but this looks interesting to me.
I think
so.
I would much rather play a card-driven war game like this, and it seems to be a little bit of that. Symbols, push and pull, than a chits and counters kind of game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This had a weird, I couldn't tell on those cards if what was just flavor text versus what's powers. Is it just the symbology?
Yeah.
Like I got a little bit lost in that mix, and some of the graphic choices on this one.
I don't know. This looks like it might be one I like. It almost looks like remember that game, the name's about the little Spanish rebellion against the French?
Oh, yeah. Dos de Mayo or something
Yeah,
like
Dos
that?
de Mayo. Yeah, it has a little bit of a look like that.
Yeah.
Also, there's a card that says J'accuse.
Yeah, I like that.
Love that.
That should be in more games.
Yeah, I agree. It's much better to play this.
Tiny Epic Cthulhu, which is such a misnomer in that name. But this is the latest, I don't even know what number they're up to with the Tiny Epic games from Game One
I
Game.
love that image. It's a Cthulhu.
Yeah, this is a pretty fierce-looking
I
Cthulhu.
really like
It
it.
is.
This is
You don't play around.
It's like a swamp monster Cthulhu,
He's swampy.
isn't it? He's pretty swampy.
Swampy and
He's
squatchy.
swampy.
It looks like they, once again, though, are trying to, they're really jamming a lot into that box. That is a lot of pieces
These
and
never
cards
shut
and stuff.
I'll tell you this. I've never owned any Tiny Epic game ever.
What? Really?
Really. I've never backed
Start
any
with
of them.
crimes.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Start with crimes?
Don't start doing crimes. Don't listen to him. Crime doesn't pay.
It does pay. $25.
Teach me how to throw cards.
I think he's trying to sell you his
I'll be
card.
the card chucking bandit. Anyway, my point about 12 minutes ago was I've never backed any of these. I've never owned any of them. This is the first one that I'm seriously tempted by.
The
It
artwork
comes
is
with a
great.
spinner!
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
hard out when I saw the spinner. I was like, what? And I was like, and right, I was like, all right, that's a good use of it. I thought it was going to be a spinner for like a roll and move, something like that.
No,
it was
I
like
think
hard,
spinners-
made me mad.
Spinners should be in more
And
games
then-
because it literally is just a die.
Right, if it's
Right.
handled that way and not like a
Yeah.
resource generation or something like that. You know what I mean?
You
Like
spin.
that's too much.
It's also kind of cool that the one side
that was cool.
points at one of 3 options on the side or
Yes.
whatever, and the other one points at one of 2 options.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're picking like 2 different things at the same time.
Yeah.
I like the
I do
collecting things. I like that it's a co-op. I like the characters, the dice. Yeah, this looks fun, man. This looks like a good one. It might end up being, and I know sometimes Scott Alm's games tend to be this, a resource-a-thon. Like, you
Right.
sort of
Yeah.
like collect tentacles, spend 3 to then get a cube here. 3 cubes there equals 1 blah-blah-blah over here. It might end up being a little bit of that. But I'm digging the vibe. I still love Cthulhu stuff. Yeah, this is working for me.
The artwork is great on it too.
Yeah,
really
looks
is.
good.
It doesn't look like another Cthulhu game.
No. That's
It's
the
what I
thing.
would expect out of a tiny epic. A little
Yeah.
cartoony, but still like super creepy and
Yep.
swampy.
I'm a little Cthulhu'd out, and yet this is the one I've been most interested in.
Same
in a
here.
while.
I'm like,
Really?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, this one I'm interested
Yeah,
in.
Tiny Epic Crimes, even though I love that theme, didn't catch my eye. What was
The
the other
artwork
one?
wasn't
Tiny
great
Epic.
either.
What was the other one they did? Tiny Epic.
Pirates.
I've
That
only ever
one?
done
I
one
was
more
about
yet.
Vikings.
The
Vikings.
Yeah.
And that one
Did
I
you
was
guys
kinda-
play Tiny Epic Western?
Yes.
No, I didn't play that one.
Tiny Epic Western, the board looks like this. It's kind
Yeah,
of
it does. That's what made me
interesting.
think of it.
But it doesn't. I don't see poker hands or anything. So. All right, Way of the Samurai, Roll and Write by Alone Editions. This is kind of a cool looking. I really like the way this looks.
Yeah.
And it's a single player only.
Yes.
Yep, it's a campaign. It's a roll and write in a book form.
Spiral.
Where you go through, spiral. You go through it once,
Are the pages erasable? Do you know?
No, that's
it
the
is a
thing.
one-time, pretty much
Yeah.
legacy, solo legacy, through
Which had me
30
wondering-
different ones or something like that. So,
And the print and play is only an add-on, by the way. You can't just do it by itself. Just FYI.
oh really? I didn't realize
How would you know?
Just might have checked it out.
Because he emailed the guy. He was like, quick
Like,
question.
oh man.
I don't know. This looks innovative, actually.
I thought this was
It
cool.
looks interesting and different than, right? Most of the other ones.
If I traveled a lot, this would be a nice thing for,
Absolutely.
do on the airplane, whatever, make your way through.
Like every week, if you had to travel,
Yeah.
I don't know, 2.5 hours.
Okay, I'm
Not in
driving.
the car while he's driving.
Like, I'm going to die.
Like if every week you had to stay in a hotel room to do your other job.
Yeah, no, that looks interesting. I like that they'll let you download a demo.
Right, yeah.
And a soundtrack. Yes. No, and I like to. Oh, you gonna play it?
Oh, it's Christmas.
Oh, it's Christmas, right?
I know, I
That's
thought
what
it was going that
like, huh?
direction.
Jump in the middle somewhere, Tom.
Get us the hook.
Oh, this is a good board game soundtrack though, 'cause it's very
like emotive.
It's very
Yeah.
background.
It also doesn't sound like it.
It's not
Like,
going to distract.
I could just do this by playing notes on the piano.
But you're not. They're doing it for you.
She has a point.
Also, can you do that? Wah, 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 wah.
Yes, with
me see.
a synthesizer. Not what you're.
Prove
You
it.
think a guy's doing that with
Prove
his
it.
mouth?
She thinks it's a beatbox.
That's pretty cool.
No, I like this a lot. I think this is it's also owning what it is. Hey guys, it's a solo only. It is going to be legacy. It is what it is, and it's everything we talk about what not to do. It's not solo or PvP or co-op or 4-player.
That's true.
Also, maybe
I agree.
this
Knows
is
what
what
it
it is. Period.
The trailer's also really good. And what language do you speak in the trailer? Just
I'm assuming it's French because that's what they have
thought
here.
so too,
besides-
but that's like, I don't know. I like the trailer. Just seems really good.
Joey's impressed. Another language.
Oh wow!
Hey, I thought it was Japanese at first. I saw the rest in French. I'm like, apparently it's French.
You thought French was Japanese?
No, I thought that language they spoke. I didn't know.
Did you
All
listen
right,
to
we
it?
got a couple more projects here. A lot of game found this
This is
weekend.
how
No
we-
way you can't tell the difference.
I
we need to
really
go
thought
back.
it was.
Can you play it?
Can you play that, please?
Okay, I
need
really
to
thought it was
know.
Japanese until I felt.
You don't get to talk until we hear it. Hold on.
Hold on, Joey. Take a second,
So you're saying this trailer is...
Think for a moment. Just be quiet
I
for a
thought-
moment and think about the games you've already backed.
Okay, I'm hoping it's Japanese. There we go. Wait.
俺はお前の処刑人になることはない。だが
All right.
俺の刀が
Yeah, you're right.
All right, I might take that.
you.
You're
I'm
right.
like,
All right.
maybe it's French. I
Okay.
don't know French.
No!
I'm like,
That's not French.
well, then they go on to talking French, and I'm like, maybe I
Well, that's because they're using Japanese actor for the beginning, but then they're probably selling it. They're probably going to say French here. No. Okay.
How do you mix up Japanese and French?
okay, so now we all are in agreement.
That is not French.
We were never in disagreement.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. I'm gonna remember that every time we're somewhere and I hear a language, any language, I'll be like, are they speaking French?
Arabic.
Everything's gonna be French.
All right. Fief England, Alliances, Treachery, and Power. Now, I believe, let me find a project that we're not going to pick for. Oh, yeah, we can do this here. Because, I believe this is a reprint, is what I'm saying. Fief England. I think. Yeah. No, 2024. I thought this was it reimplements Fief France 1429.
Right.
A game I love so much I gave it a 4.
Oh,
Like,
I don't wait on that.
I don't think this one got a lot of love, though, did it? I remember that game kind of not getting a lot of love.
It's ranked.
Oh,
Has
no,
a
it got a 7.4.
That's not. It's ranked 1,270.
Okay, never mind.
Wow.
To me, the reason I didn't love it was it felt like an old-timey, boring war game. You know, when you had to like figure this out, how to move. That was I just found it to be utterly
Okay.
boring.
I guess I'm wrong.
This one looks way better than the original one in like every way. So maybe I'll play it again.
Mike says, is this a game in French?
Oh my goodness.
Thief? Is that Japanese?
Okay, I thought it was. You guys had convinced me. I was like, maybe I was wrong.
So we got King Richard the Lionheart, Robin Hood and his Merry Men, and Ivanhoe. Also known as all the public domain stuff we can fit in the game.
Sherlock Holmes.
Also, Mickey Mouse is in.
Oh yeah, because it releases next. Yeah, that's great.
That's an expansion.
There's a lot of
pack.
interesting things. I like the look of this. I'm not normally a fan of this old-timey artwork, but I think it looks fine in this one. And it looks like they took that old game and gave it a more modern take on it. So,
So 5, you're thinking?
It's a ton of. I mean, it's a ton of content too. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
they show you here.
yeah, who are they say about us? Oh, this is Academy Games. Well, that's
Yeah.
why. I didn't.
They did Vikings 878 or whatever.
Yeah.
878 Vikings.
Yeah, it's a lot of Vikings.
So this looks pretty good. And then also, Colonial 1700 to 1800. And there's a lot of these kind of games out right now. If you like historical, this is your week.
It's interesting. You think maybe people who are into historical games just don't really care about Christmas as much?
say the same joke. They have no family, so
Like, yeah, I'll be playing games alone anyway.
Or is-
Back.
Yeah, or is it just like
Oh, French
nobody
back.
knows what to get them? You know what I mean? It's like, I guess a war game. Oh, look at that. There it is.
maybe.
You know?
they're the only people who will accept. I bought a gift for you for Christmas. You will get it in 2 years.
Yeah, yeah,
And they're like,
exactly.
yeah, by then my current game should be over.
Yeah, I need to start.
I'll need a new one in 2
prepping.
years.
This one looks fine. I think I like the Fief one better than this one. Unfortunately, a
The
lot
one
of the
you gave a
artwork
4?
here is definitely
The one you gave a 4?
the
Colonists.
You like the look better? You're
no the
saying?
look of the
Oh,
new project.
okay.
Yeah.
This one, they definitely took some public domain art and are slapping it on these cards. And always,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't love that look.
This doesn't give it a congruent look either. I feel like.
Yeah,
A
like for
little all
example
over.
here, the painting,
Sure.
painting, and then this guy in the bottom left is a drawing, and it just doesn't match the other
Yeah.
ones.
Of all of these, and there's quite a few, like you said this week, the first one we looked at is still the one I think looks the best. The one right after Battle for Versailles. What was
Yes.
it called? Whatever, that one. I think it looks the best, the most congruent, the most interesting.
Patriots and Traitors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one looks the best to me. But you're right. Like it's a high percentage of war games, or I guess games set in this setting or this time period.
All right, well, that's it for board games. Let's take a
What?
look at a couple weird projects
That's
or
all.
interesting projects. Send me stuff like that at tom@dicetower.com. If you find a ridiculous, I don't think we have any ridiculous projects this week.
Oh, I disagree. Strongly.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
first of all, we have Future Bow and Arrow Universe. This one's making bank. Look at these bows that they're shooting at each other.
I love that none of them know how to shoot a bow either.
Well, I don't think I would be much better. Tiny archers.
I did check the price
Game
on
one's
this.
involved
Like,
with
that
that
doesn't
one.
So what's the deal? Do you like the look of this? Is this interesting at all?
The idea, maybe,
The
but
crossbow version.
no. I mean, I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I don't think I like the look of it because it makes too much of a toy out of something that I do really like. So I think yes, there is a market for it, but like as someone who really enjoys archery and stuff, and I shoot compound, I don't shoot long, so it's a different hand position. But still, it's just kind of like ugh. And two, I don't know if I could emotionally do this. Like you pull it back and you let it go, and I know the arrow's not going to go,
right?
but do I trust it not to? I mean, they make trainers and that kind of stuff, and when you can.
I get nervous watching it.
Well, it
Yeah,
does
but-
have the arrow sits inside of a sleeve, right? Like that front part never retracts.
Right, I know, but
It's
like,
always
still, there's
there.
mentally, it's
After
just like
200
oof.
uses, it's going to bust open in front.
And that's
that's
gonna
a-
go.
That's
TV.
when your dog walks
Yeah.
by. That's the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
But then
do
you can
this, I think,
replace
for
that
video
dog with
games.
something
I
coming
definitely
up.
would.
It's just
I might
a-
do it. I just
video
wonder if it
games.
would bother. Like, would I end up trying to go to my actual archery position too much? And it's like, I can't, like, I don't know. So I
But
think
you
this would be a
pick
weird
this
one.
up at an arcade if it's on next to Deer Hunter. You get to either choose
Yeah.
the gun or the
Ooh,
bow.
I found a new arcade.
Ah, do you better than
There's,
that
there's a
one?
new one at the Falls Mall. It's great.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Really? No, I think I would definitely do that, Joey. I'd
would too,
try it.
right?
Yeah, if it's somewhere like that, but like actually in my home, like actually utilizing it with the VR and this like
The VR
at
worries
home,
me, man. It's
I was
hard
like,
enough
oof.
walking around, but walking around with that.
Well, again, too, you have this huge. I mean, it's going to be equivalent of like a stabilizer, you know,
You
on
can
a
still
bow.
poke someone with it.
It's still right. I mean,
Yeah,
those
that's
things
sticking
can
out really far.
really far. Or you can like whip around too quick if you have the
Yeah,
headset
yeah,
on.
yeah.
I would,
so.
oh, doing the pool?
That definitely looks like water.
Does, yeah.
That's so cool.
I was like, what's going on? Oh, that's right. They're not in the pool. All right. GripFlip, your space-saving
I
kitchen
don't
maestro.
understand this.
This is,
This bothers me.
yeah,
It's doing well, too, isn't it?
it's doing pretty
think
good,
it's okay,
actually.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah,
Oh,
12
Yeah,
What
this
are
backers.
company apparently has a bunch of products that they've done, and they do well. I don't think I get it either.
I don't. Like, is it
It's
that
like,
hard
yeah,
to
I
switch?
mean, one of these things makes sense. The rest of them really don't.
I'm sorry. When it comes to utensils like this, with a spatula, whatever these things are, I keep buying them and I try them, and then you find that perfect one.
Yes.
I don't
have
want to
your
switch out
favorite.
one. It's not going to work as well. It's like those pens with red, green,
Right.
blue.
Yeah.
Does
Right.
anyone buy those because they're great pens?
No. You buy them because all three colors are right there. And this one, they're not all right there. You got to then go and yank it out, put the other one in.
Yes.
I want the tongs, yes, great. I don't really need two spatulas together. What can I do with that?
I want a
that I
spoon and
can't
a
just do with the
spatula.
other
No,
one.
I do like that because if you're like, you know, frying something and you don't want it to like spatula and like just splash down, or if you're doing a hamburger and you want to place it down, not again, if you want specific placement, I do like the tonged spatulas. I have used those before.
Yeah, but I still.
But then
for
I
me,
want
my
tonged
problem is I just
spatulas.
want those, right?
Yeah, I
want
don't need to
the-
switch it out with anything. I know what I want, and that's what I get.
I'm real picky on spatulas. I like spatulas.
I'm super picky with
I
my
am too.
kitchen utensils. I am.
Yeah.
Just get two
Just
pair.
kitchen utensils, though.
Yeah, I don't understand switching them out.
I am looking at that food and getting a little hungry though. But all right,
too.
yeah, it's amazing me how well this is doing.
I like my favorite thing of all this is the fact that when you put them down, they sit up. It has little feet.
That is cool. I do like that.
Oh, I
You know
didn't
what I mean?
see
And they
that.
kind of
That's
sit
nice.
Yeah.
up off the counter.
I will tell you, that's
the
hardest
best thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I do it, I'm like, I'm going to set this spoon on the counter, and then
Well, first of all, you're an animal. You don't
Yeah.
have somewhere
No,
to set
you
your...
need
They
a little
make these
thing.
clips. They make these little clips that you can put on the pot, and you can rest the spoon right on them.
I
They
have
work
seen this.
great.
Have you used those?
Oh, yeah, I
I've never
like 'em.
used them before.
okay, I'll
I've
do
seen
that.
them. Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you cook anyway?
Oh, every other month.
DoorDash is not cooking.
All right. Do you want your? Do you want?
Oh my God! This is the
is so
project of the
bad.
week.
This is worse than the dog in your
MetaDog.
car.
Oh.
The dog.
Oh, but the one that looks like it's dead.
First time I ever got in your
What?
car, he's got that like really realistic dead dog on the.
No, there's like a. No, it's like a realistic little dog. It's on like a
Just
little
laying
thing.
down
Can
on
you,
a
like-
little...
I
yeah,
got-
your windows
scroll?
gonna get broken.
I got the idea from Kenny. I got the idea
Okay,
from Kenny.
this...
As all good ideas come from.
No, I really, but I
call.
really like it. The first time we took it to the mall, my kids were like, if you leave that in there, someone's going to break our windows.
Right. It's like, oh.
Okay,
Oh, is it
Tom,
that little
so
cat that you have?
It
Is that
used
thing?
to be a dog, but yes.
Oh, it's a cat?
What happened to it?
It's a dog.
How did it
It's
become-
starting to fade. It's been in Sardis for
that is what a cat looks like, is a faded dog.
Oh, I see now, yeah. Gosh, I hate this. Look at that.
This is like they kept going on about having a realistic
Oh my
companion.
gosh.
And I swear,
Right.
this is basically free Funny or Die content.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I used to
It
think
talks-
when Sony had like this like metal robot dog, I used to think, I wish it was more realistic. I no longer wish that.
Right? And they
Because-
talk about with realistic motions, and it's like, no,
What
you've
is
never seen a
happening?
dog.
Who is this
Ever.
for? Is
Watch
this
a
for
movie.
people who are like allergic to dogs? That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, it was like they showed a little girl, they showed a grandmother, they showed just a woman, like
They showed a lady with four of
that
them.
lady who was
Look.
traveling with it.
Oh,
You
that
see that
bothered
one?
me. Yes.
The video on this is amazing,
Oh.
okay? It's a lady with that fake dog sticking out of the bag. Enjoy the compliments
That's
and like the comments you're gonna get.
hilarious.
And then she sits in a hotel room where she's working at a computer and the dog is sitting there, and then it goes and she's like, oh
my
and
gosh.
pets it, and I'm like, lady,
Look
you
at-
you gotta get some friends.
Right.
That's the thing.
This is not a realistic dog.
You think
And then-
cat ladies are bad? 5 of these
Right.
in their house.
And then the changing eyes, you know, it blinks and it comes back with like stars and hearts in the pupils. And I'm like, no.
And the Z, did you see
If my dog does that, he's going to the vet and not coming back home.
the picture at the bottom has this picture of this kid laying on their bed and this sitting next to her. Imagine at night, in the dark, those two blue eyes just, dude, that's like something your
is
therapist
what your
would
parents-
find
Also,
out
it's like a
about.
joke. It's like I don't think you can make one less realistic.
Right.
This looks awful.
Right.
Yes. Oh, look at that.
Look at her. She's
got
having
a
the
lot
time
of
of her
them.
life. I'm sorry. No.
Why is there one layover on the grass?
I
Look,
know.
right here.
Playing in the yard.
Look. There she is. Look, she's working, and she's like, oh my, yes, thank you. Have I fed you yet? My soul.
Oh, this is what the movie Annabelle's
What's that
about.
thing in the comic got that? What are those little electronic ones? The fake pets.
Tamagotchi?
Yes.
Oh, Tamagotchi. This is a modern
Tamagotchi's more
Tamagotchi.
realistic than this.
Yeah. That's,
I just think,
oh, look at
I
this.
hate
Oh.
that.
I get giving it to a kid and the kid plays with it, pretends it's real.
Right.
Because that's what kids do. They play
They do
with
that
dolls.
with dolls,
Like a doll.
right?
Right.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
humans, older adults, don't carry a doll. And even if you have a stuffed animal or whatever, that's fine. But you don't sit there and pet it and look at it and
Right.
My point being,
adoring
you-
eyes at it.
No.
Point
that's-
being is you don't push this as the realistic pet replacement. You
No.
don't. That's a faux pas. I'm sorry. No. This is not realistic. It looks
Right.
awful. It looks possessed.
Right.
It looks possessed.
This
That's,
is what you buy your kids when you don't want to get them a real dog.
Right. And market it that
Right.
way. All right, fine. You
Push
know?
it that
But
way.
yes.
It's a training dog.
Yes.
That's right. If you can take care of the robot.
oh,
Oh,
yes.
if you can keep the robot alive for 7 years, I'll
Right.
consider getting you a dog.
Oh,
right.
man.
And finally, the T-Tip Pro Nose Groomer.
The guy
Which is-
go, best part is when the barber just jabs up this guy's nose.
Yeah. That's pretty
I'm
good.
And
like-
didn't even like pull it out of like sanitization.
No.
No, I love the woman with like the super Botox
So basically,
doing it
this
in
is
the
a
car.
spinning
Yes.
razor that you stick in your
Right, that
nose,
was my
right?
favorite.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Oh, but you have to do the plunger thing to it, too.
Why can't I
You
just buy an
don't, you
attachment?
don't.
Why
You
can't I
don't?
just buy an
No.
attachment for my electric razor? They make plenty of those.
You have to spin it. Oh, what's he doing?
Yeah, look at this guy now. No, the next one. He's like, yeah, this. What's he
yeah,
fishing for?
Yeah, no one uses it like that. Come on now.
And
Wow,
then
she
this,
is
this
cool.
is how you do it.
This is,
okay?
yeah, so
cool.
this is the Botox.
Sitting next to
You
her
take
at a
it
red
out
light,
of your purse
watching her do this.
Fantastic,
and you huff it. Definitely not getting high before an interview.
Oh.
All right.
Anyway, it's just
But Barbara's
basically
coming
3 or
next.
4
Yeah.
blades within a protective thing, and you
What's up with
spin
the
it.
attachment for the spatula?
You just spin it in there. I'm assuming it works just fine, but
Are they showing you can like
well, on the arm,
your
it's just showing you
arm?
what it does. This is
if
cool.
this was your nose?
Both of these guys are super cool, actually.
Gosh.
And then the guy's like, "I got you, man."
Oh, no. Come on.
Don't do it.
Go, spinny.
Looks like a medical procedure there. Oof.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's getting
Yeah.
a lobotomy.
The guy's like, where'd my nose go?
You did good.
Look at this.
That is one.
I
tell you what,
thought
the
at the end when he did this, I thought he was pulling out his wallet to pay him. And he's like, oh, okay, no, he's just looking at it. Okay, cool.
That barber is one cool barber, though.
He is.
They're both cool, man. That's the one thing I was like, maybe I do need this. Both of those guys were awesome.
Alrighty. Well,
All right.
Oh, man.
Oof.
time for picks of the week. We'll start with Mike. Haha.
All right, well, a pretty light week this week, but couple of things that I was definitely interested. One that is not my pick of the week is Tiny Epic Cthulhu, because after a number of misses, the last two Tiny Epic games, Tiny Epic Crimes and Tiny Epic Vikings, I've liked quite a bit. But my pick of the week is coming from a publisher that I just think is knocking it out of the park. They haven't had any misses for me. That is Salt and Pepper Games, and the game is the Battle of Versailles. Just, I think that this publisher is tackling some unique themes. Their productions always look great, and until they have a miss, I'm going to continue to pretty much try theirs out no matter what. But Roy, I wouldn't change the screen. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a few more seals come up in just a second.
My
a
pick
cheater.
is not the Battle for Versailles.
Ooh.
Because I've played it already. I know I like it. It's in my top 10 surprises of the year.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention it also because if Mike's going to mention two things, I'm going to mention
Mike
two
can
things.
do it. I can do it.
My actual
Better.
pick of the week, because I haven't played the last two, is Tiny Epic Cthulhu.
That's a good call.
You can throw me on this one, too.
Call.
I like Tiny Epic Cthulhu.
This looks cool, man.
It
I
looks
might back
cool.
this.
I mean, I almost picked the
I like
dog.
And I'm right on the
But-
edge. I almost picked the dog.
No, I think the dog's terrible.
Ugh.
I'm going to make one of my own blades for my nose. Man, I can do that.
The bow and arrow,
Why
I
did
think
that
it
sound
looks
like a
cool, but I
threat?
wouldn't use it.
That's my own
I'd
blade.
buy it, use it a few times and stick it in.
Made me make my own blade.
Like a
Been
nose
your house.
shiv.
All right, is anyone else
Wait,
in
do
this
you
one?
hide
Just
it there or do you
Z?
stab?
All right.
I
This
don't
was
know.
almost mine.
That's weird.
All right. Well, what's
Okay, that's
your,
us.
Not your
Tom
almost.
and I have the
What's your
right
almost
pick.
maybe.
You know what? I'm doing the Panda Pirates one.
As
Okay.
am I.
Panda.
Yes. I went going in, I was like, did not know what to expect.
Wow.
I had a good time doing this one. It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the fact that there were only like, what, 6, 8 mini games more they come up with. This is a good, obviously, party-style light game.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
I did too. I went in kind of like,
enjoy it? Just asking a serious question.
I definitely like had to. I can do this. All right, let's go
Yes.
in live play. Like talk myself up for this live play going into it, and then I was like, I really enjoyed that. And I think you said this is a party game that I would play and enjoy.
Yes.
And that is a very small category of games, you know?
Yeah, you don't like party
I
games so
don't care
much.
for party games. And this is one that is just, it's stupid without feeling stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it does, the games feel like, oh, I have a shot at this. But at the end of the day, they're really quick little dexterity games or really quick little logic games or something like that, you know? And it's like everybody has a chance kind of thing. And if it's not your style, you go on to the next one. I really enjoyed it a
And
lot.
it's one of those that when you read the instructions of the mini game, you're like, this is not going to make any sense. And then when you're doing it, you're like, okay, this is pretty good. You know, like as
Yeah.
far as choosing the deck, you can't flip over a panda. And you're like, I'll do
This
that
is-
one. And
right.
then I don't know why.
You're
It was
playing
very-
war, but for whatever reason,
Right.
it worked.
It
and it was like
works.
tense. It's like, I feel like a teenager that's like, oh, I don't want to play with my family. And then like 5 minutes later, they're like right there and engaged. And that's
Yeah.
what it was. Every mini game was like,
It's every Christmas at my
this.
house.
Yeah, right. Like
Too real for
everyone.
you, probably, wasn't it?
That was very hurtful.
You want to back that dog, probably. Dog will love you unconditionally.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoyed this.
Don't forget before we leave, space. Cool space.
So nice, isn't it?
Dice Tower
Let's see. We had
Kickstarter.com.
392 followers before we started this. Let's see if anyone did it. Oh!
Yes!
That was nice. All right.
There you go. Thank you,
That's
thank you.
right.
Tell your friends.
Dice
Tell your
Tower
relatives. Tell your neighbors.
Kickstarter.com.
Click and subscribe.
www. Right?
Yes, DicetowerKickstarter.com.
Still don't believe you. I'm going to try that.
Maybe it's just my computer. All right, folks. That's it for Crowdsurfing. We will be back tomorrow morning for Board Game Smorgasbord, and then tomorrow,
Smorgasbord.
part 4 of the 4 Coins RPG Quest. And what will happen next? No one knows. Definitely not the Dungeon Master.
That elf be crazy.
Light the fuse.
All righty. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z Garcia.
Whee!
Arf.